Retailing in 2010 was the calm after the storm in many ways. The contraction and slowdown in sales in a number of markets, especially within Western Europe and Eastern Europe, and to a degree within North America in 2008, and then the slowing of sales growth in 2009, wasn't seen in 2010 as consumer confidence bounced back and enabled shoppers to get out and start spending money again. There's a lot to be said for the whole idea of the pent-up demand of consumers wanting to go out and spend after a period of not having the opportunity to do so. So in terms of that, we saw a stronger contraction within non-grocery sales in 2008 and 2009, but a stronger recovery in 2010 as compared to grocery retailing sales, where sales generally traded through the economic downturn because consumers obviously need to eat. So in terms of this, we saw strong bounce backs in channels such as electronics and appliance specialist retailing, and also within health and beauty. In terms of where the growth was strongest in 2010, it really was a split between developed markets and emerging markets. Although we saw a good recovery in sales in certain markets within Western Europe, the actual strongest growth came in emerging markets in Latin America and in the Middle East and Africa, especially in the GCC countries around the UAE, and also in Asia Pacific, although not including Japan. The fastest growing markets are the ones which the retailers are really seeing and putting a lot of money into in terms of adding new stores or looking for opportunities for takeovers. So in the last year, we've seen a lot of money invested by the likes of Walmart and Carrefour and Casino and Tesco in markets like China and Brazil, Argentina and Colombia. And of course, the big news at the tail end of 2010 was Walmart's offer for South Africa-based Massmart, which takes that retailer and a global retailer of the sort of like Walmart into Africa for the very first time, into sub-Saharan Africa. So in terms of trading through the economic downturn, grocery retailing did better than non-grocery retailing, but neither channel did as well as non-store retailing. In particular, in terms of non-store retailing, we mean internet retailing, which saw strong growth on a global basis in practically every market where it existed. In terms of internet retailing, these were also amongst the fastest growing companies in 2010. The standout was Amazon, yet again, undertaking a number of different strategies in terms of widening its product range, really pushing its Amazon Prime offering, which enables consumers to get free shipments as long as they sign up to pay an initial fee, and also expanding its range of products that it offers online. It's trialing grocery retailing in the US, and it has done for a little while, but it expanded this into the UK and also Germany. The UK is a very good example where internet retailing is providing a seismic shift in terms of the way that consumers shop. Although many feel that grocery retailing can't really ever take off and exist online because consumers wanting to feel the fresh food especially, the UK is an example of a market where consumers with busy lifestyles and a desire not to spend 2 hours of their weekend or evening walking around a hypermarket or supermarket are switching to make their purchases online. However, in the short term, medium term, markets like China, Indonesia, do not have to worry about having to look at grocery retailing because the growth is going to be phenomenal, not only in 2010, but also into the short and medium term as well. As we look to the effects of the economic downturn on the short to medium term growth for retailing on a global basis, many of the issues that were generated during the economic downturn in terms of consumer indebtedness, in terms of consumers searching out value, shopping across a greater range of channels, and really using the internet as a way to search for the best prices, are coming to the fore and are expected to be maintained in the forecast period. The US is a very good example of this. Amazon's app, which enables you to compare using your smartphone the price of a product in store and then find out whether you can beat that price online, is a good example of how pricing is going to continue to be a main driver of retailing in the short term. This is going to likely benefit grocery retailing channels overall. In terms of hypermarkets, their move into non-grocery is going to enable consumers to spend money, while the discounter channel, specifically in relation to foods, is expected to see strong growth, especially in Eastern Europe, where the channel is growing exceptionally quickly in terms of store numbers, and especially as locally based retailers in markets like Russia adopt the strategies that they've seen exist in Western Europe for a number of years now. The fastest growing markets, we're really looking towards Asia Pacific and Latin America as providing the really strong value growth in the short to medium term, and especially a market like China. In China, we're seeing phenomenal growth at the moment, and this is likely to continue. And one of the hot areas really is within non-grocery, as Chinese consumers are encouraged to save less and spend more. This is really an area that foreign retailers will look at closely as an opportunity to grow sales in the long term, offsetting slower growth at home in a fast-growing market. However, there are probably a number of issues to come, and these are things that retailers will have to face in the future.